welcome to the Women in the Law UK webinar. We've got a fantastic speaker this afternoon for you, the Blondepreneur. I just love that. I was thinking, can I call myself the Blackpreneur? But I don't know what that actually means. So Carrie will tell us in a moment, but I just love, the Blondepreneur, the Curlypreneur. I don't know, the Pinkpreneur. I don't know. Adam, you'll have to come up with something interesting. Great. So over to you, Carrie. Carrie, the Blondepreneur, is going to talk to us about PR, something that I know nothing about. You lot might know more about it, but really how we even in the COVID, and I know she gave a fantastic webinar of her own the other week, so I thought it'd be great if she could give us a time. Carrie, welcome. Thank you.
So today I'm going to share with you 3 advanced ways to get publicity even during a pandemic that even a blonde could understand. So I'm going to go to screen share and share my slides, and then I will do a live Twitter demonstration to you as well, and I'll answer questions at the end. How does that sound?
Perfect, perfect.
Okay, right. I'm excited. Okay, right. Just bear with me a second. My slide. Hang on a second. Bear with me one moment. It's that one.
Is it something at my end?
No, it's all right. It's okay. It's mine. Right. Okay. Right. I'm ready. Okay. So, 3 ways to get publicity even during a pandemic that even a blonde can understand. My commitment to you, ladies and gents, is during this presentation is that I'll be sharing with you 3 advanced ways to get publicity during a pandemic that even a blonde will understand. I will show you how to legally stalk people like journalists, not just journalists, anybody really, on Twitter. I will show you how to save tweets and why this is useful. I will show you how to jump onto Twitter trends and what they are and why they're really important. And then I'll take questions. Okay. But before I get started, let me introduce myself. Hi, I'm Carrie Eddins and I'm the Blondepreneur. And I help ambitious, rebellious business owners just like you get media coverage that you dream of, to raise your profile, to grow your business, and yes, even get more clients, even during a pandemic. I admit though, I do work very differently to many publicists. Part of this is due to my dyslexia, so naturally I think very differently, and part of this is that I love to play with the rules and see how I can break them. This has meant that I've developed strategies to get the media to headhunt my clients. Why? Because stories literally break on Twitter, so I spend a lot of my time there. One client, Annabelle Kay, who runs an employment law firm, was even headhunted whilst she was on the other side of the world. I kid you not. My different approach is that I use soft skills with my communication. Every tweet, every email, and even in every conversation I have with the media, with everyone, I use my soft skills because I believe that soft is strong, and so that's my approach with publicity too. So today I'm going to share with you 3 ways that you can use Twitter and publicity to grow your business, right? But first, let me share with you a recent result from one of my long-standing clients, Sally Baker. Sally is a therapist and she was headhunted by The Independent just after Easter and was quoted within hours in this feature below. I'll send Sally the slides so that you can click on this later on, so don't stress about that. But let's set the scene, shall we? During this pandemic, more people are actually going to extremes, in their media consumption. It's falling into 2 camps really. They're either switching massively off and listening to things like podcasts at record levels, or Netflixing it, or of course Amazon Priming it, or they're going totally nuts for media coverage. Not just the news, but they're consuming online news sites, listening to the radio, watching television, the works. This is because millions of people are showing that they have an insatiable appetite because they are bored, fearful, upset, in need of stimulation, the whole range of our emotions and thoughts through the lockdown. What this has done is actually, in my own professional opinion, is change the media landscape. How? Well, not only is there more thirst and hunger for the media so that more people are paying attention to the media, more people are craving positive news stories. Captain Tom, what a hero. He deserves a knighthood. Well, actually, he got one, so I need to update my slide. Bless him. Joe Wicks making it. I mean, Joe Wicks, you know, he's from Kent, innit? Love him. He, you know, he made it to the Wall Street Journal through working out with families across the country and indeed world. He made it into the Wall Street Journal. That's amazing, isn't it? Another example is that every day BBC Breakfast had Heroes Half Hour, where they shared for an entire 30 minutes. This is unprecedented. Inspiring stories about people from around the country doing amazing things. Yes, really. I think they did do a bit of it today, but I'm not sure if it's ongoing anymore. Right now we have a bit of context. Let's go over for a definition of what publicity is in 2020, my own definition. For me, publicity is part storytelling and part opinion sharing. In the past, publicity used to be just purely story-based, but now, due to the interactive nature of social media, it's not. The media love to have experts just like you weigh in about their thoughts and feelings about things such as how to work from home without getting a divorce or ditching your kids, how to do your first Zoom whilst remaining professional, how to develop a sustainable daily routine that includes a daily walk. How does PR work, Carrie? Well, this is how I define it too. I say there's a right side of the brain when it comes to PR, and there's a left side of the brain when it comes to PR. The left brain is the logical side, and it's more about planning for campaigns for 2021 in September. It's having a clear list of long-term media planning. It's pitching for Christmas in July. The right brain is responding to breaking news stories. It's jumping on last minute or out of the blue opportunities, and it's supercharging your profile by sharing your opinions fast on Twitter. And being dyslexic, this is my speciality because I'm very right brain based. The rules of PR, I'll put dimples, that's hilarious. I can't see it right. Simples, it's all about them. So the rules of PR is it's not dimples, it's simples, it's all about them. So it's their content, their audience, their agenda, their timing, and their decisions. Even though, obviously, the big side effect of doing any kind of media and doing any PR is that you get to raise your profile and be seen as an authority and somebody to pay attention to, and your clients up a bit closer. It's always about them. You're helping them look better to their editors and producers. You're helping them help their audience understand things better. So just really see this kind of rule into your brain, deeply into your brain and deep into your hearts. It's all about them, because otherwise it's advertising. PR happens digitally now, mostly on Twitter, where news stories literally break. That's it. So, right, so let's go live onto Twitter for me to do a live demonstration, shall we? And first of all, I'm going to show you how to legally stalk people like journalists on Twitter. So bear with me. Go straight onto my Twitter feed. Right. So I've clicked on Sally. So, right. So here's my profile. Let's just bring my profile up. So, right. So here's my Twitter profile. So to legally stalk people on Twitter, let's just go to Sally. So if I wanted to, or any of you, let's start with the main lady. Oh, I love your bees on your profile. That's magic. I love bees. Really into bees. Right. So the easiest way to stalk Sally right here, right now, and you can do this with absolutely anyone, not just journalists, somebody you want to get socially listened to or get to know better, all you do is click that. This is the notification button. It's not working. That's strange, isn't it?
Where?
Why has it got a bit funny? Oh no, it ticks. Right, so because it's ticked, it means that every time Sally tweets, I will get, or any of you will get, if you click on the notification, you'll get a ping, 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 ping on your phone. Now, I do understand and admit that initially it could drive you a little bit mad, so you can obviously silence your notifications. But what this legally stalking people on Twitter does is that, you know, in terms of PR, for example, or anything, it helps you gain a sense of who this person is about. You know, you can look at their content, you can retweet their content, you can like their content, you can start to share have a little chat with them about their content, or just chat generally. And it's this nurturing, softly building that relationship, so that when you're ready to pitch them an idea, or you know, even arrange a virtual coffee, you've got some context, and so they feel like that you're not their lunch, and they feel like they're much more receptive. It's like all of us, we like to connect with or work with people we like, know and trust, and the media are no different. They're human beings at the end of the day. So this legally stalking works like a charm, trust me. So that's how to legally stalk. On some of the interfaces with Twitter, it's not all of them. You will have, so if I go back to my home page, so you will get a little notification in this bit. It might come up here, but if it doesn't, I'll make a little separate video to show you. It sometimes comes up that you know, that somebody like Sally or some of the other people I'm legally stalking on Twitter, you get a little picture of them up here, so you can get a notification like that. But most of the time it works with people on their phone. Right. So the second thing that I think some of you might find really useful, because the Twitter feed is constant, so it's kind of just going to keep going and going and going and going. So let's look at, I'm just going to let's bring up the Financial Times. Let's just look at, right, let's do the Financial Times, for example. Right. So that's how I would legally stalk them. Now, the way to save their tweets, it's called bookmarking. It's quite a new facility on Twitter. So all you do is this. So you click here and you go, boom, and you add your tweet to your bookmark. I'll do a couple more. It's that simple. You can add tweet to bookmark, and you can actually send, if you were like, oh, Sally, you really need to read this, so then you could just send it to her. Obviously, Sally, you could just delete it after, and all I do was like, this is typically what I do, and then you'd send it to her, and then Sally's got that message.
Show us that again. I mean, don't do this, because people send me enough crap as it is. So if you're on this webinar, you don't know me, don't, because I'll just unfollow you. Can you show us that again?
Yeah, of course. It's really cool. So I will send this. So I know who I can send this to. I'll send this to Annabelle. She'll appreciate this. So you just, hang on, let me just go a bit slower. Sorry.
I didn't mean you. You can send me stuff. I mean, other people on this call. Yeah. You can send it to me.
So right. So say I was going to send this. Okay, let's send it. So you can add tweet to bookmark. So you just click that, and that I'll show you where the bookmarks are in a second. You could copy the link to tweet. So you could click that, and then you can copy and paste it in a newsletter or in a blog post or any kind of content. If I just show you, so I need to come out the screenshot. I'll show you that in a minute. So let me just show you. Oh, will it work? Will it work? I don't know if it'll work. Hang on. Yeah, no, let's show you. So we go on to pages. I might as well do it while I'm here. So, and then you just press paste, and that will come up with, because it's not, that was just a general Word file, but that is literally the tweet. So it's quite useful if you're creating content to do that. So, right, so to direct message, you just click direct message. Okay, Sally. And then, hey, look at this, or however you want to put. And then you just click send, and there you go. You've got that. Because for me, often I find that when I'm on Twitter, there's so many things going on that I just need these little things that, because before I used to copy the tweets and kind of put them in documents. This is so simple, takes microseconds and can really be useful to you as a record. So I bookmarked it. So that's add tweet to bookmark. You can see it's already been added. Here are your bookmarks. Look, so I can go down. So sometimes what happens is that I go through the bookmark at the end of the day or the end of the week or end of the month, because I'm just automatically bookmarking. I appreciate I'm on Twitter a lot, so I bookmark a lot, but it's so useful if I go back and, you know, like Felicity Hannah, she works in finance for the BBC, and so I regularly bookmark her tweets because I want to see what she's doing, what she's working on, because I want to pitch some of my clients to her, and this is just a really fast way of me seeing what's going on. As you can see, there's quite a vast range of things, and it's really long, and so this is like your private kind of, you know, bookmarks of tweets that can be really useful to. It's really good for your research, because these are literally cutting edge, breaking news, bang up to date thoughts and feelings from experts around the world, reporters, you know, could be people in your field as well. It's there literally, it's in the moment thoughts. So this is, you know, often people have a Twitter post that could lead to a paper or a book or a product, and it comes from a tweet. So it's so up to date. It makes you really relevant and know what's going on. So it's really useful. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then the final thing I wanted to talk to you about is trends. So on the right side here, this is like what's happening, and these are the trends basically. So so not moving on at a guess, this could be about Dominic Cummings. So the reason why and how trends can be useful is that, again, this is just an added cutting edge aspect, an added layer of relevancy that you would have to your followers or to people you're trying to build a relationship with. If you comment and tweet about something that's cutting edge, obviously only if you feel comfortable with it. I don't encourage people to do things that they feel is too political or too edgy. Don't do that. Just do things you feel comfortable with. And I typically, personally, recommend to my clients, you know, to mostly go for the middle path. Don't really go in and try and polarize people with any form of communication, because I don't really feel that rarely adds weight or depth or what's needed to the conversation. People need to have more expansive, open-minded and hearted conversations. So I'm very into like non-violent communication. So I do say to people, you know, now and then have a provocative post, but nobody wants to be a Katie Hopkins or a Nigel Farage of their industry or on their Twitter feed. So really, you know, that's sort of kind of, you know, say your opinion, but you don't be too invested in being right. Be like more receptive, because not only will that encourage the media to hop a bit closer, but people will warm up to you much more and be more likely to want to listen to you and pay attention to you. That's just my personal approach. Not PR, all PRs say that. Some of them are like the most provocative, the better, but it's each to their own. So with that in mind, when you're looking at commenting on trends, then so the you know how to do it is that you put the hashtag there. The top person, this is just somebody who, so Graham, right, he's just somebody who must have commented, no, it's Tom now. So he's just got the most followers, or apart from Matt Hancock. I don't know why. Yeah, this is just the latest one. So Tom is above Matt, but then it's the top one. But then if we click on latest, you'll always want to click on latest, because literally in that, so 2 seconds ago, Denise Graceland 09 has just commented about the whole thing about the Telegraph. So if you wanted to comment, and I'm not really that keen on commenting, but I will show you how to do it. So you could put, so all you do if you want to comment, so any of the trends, let me just go through it a bit slower. Sorry, I realise I'm doing it quite fast. So there's so you put the hashtag in there, you've got latest. So if I wanted to comment, I just click tweet, And for me, one of the ways I use on Twitter particularly to create emotional connection and to softly create a relationship with the media is or anybody is I use GIFs. So let me just put a face palm.
Can you mute your microphone, please? It's too noisy. Thank you. Carry on, Claire.
It's all good. It's okay. So not moving on, and I'm putting I don't know if I put the face palm, actually. Let's put a different one. Okay, I'm going to put exactly, because I think this man needs to be called to account and got rid of. So I'm going to put that, and I would tweet. And so to show that this has worked, if we go back to top, we go to latest, my tweet should come up. There we go. And what that does is that when you go into, for example, something like more so to analytics, it won't come up immediately, but I will see, I mean, analytics is a whole other thing. So I will see, you will see how that tweet has had, so this was Monday, obviously it's Thursday today, so it takes a few days for the analytics to show the impact of a tweet that you've tweeted on a trend. But you will find the more you do it, because there's trends that happen all the time, is that even if you did, like, you tweeted about one tweet like once a day for a week or just a couple of weeks, your engagement and your reach and people responding to you will massively go up. And that's what you want. You know, you want to create a bigger following. You want to grow your connections and deepen your relationships. So it's a really good thing to do. And also when you do comment, it, like I said, it adds another layer to you being relevant, up to date, that you've got something really interesting to say, you've got opinions, because like I said at the start, publicity is part storytelling, part opinion sharing. And that's it, lovely. So I'm ready for any questions.
Okay, well, the first question, I normally ask the questions, but firstly, let's do a clap.